Hello YouTube. This is Baylor Mage again, and this is gonna be step 2 of our ridiculous overkill, absolutely over the top path of building update for our Holy Relic build. We've done a lot. The damage is significantly better. The tank is a little better. The minions live forever. I don't know if they can be killed anymore. We've still got more to do, but this is getting excessive. So let's jump in. Another update. I cannot believe that anybody is still following along at this point. It's too much, but let's jump. So here we are, nearly halfway through 96 or 97, sorry, nearly halfway through 97. So that's going quite well, but we've made a few changes. First up, we always had this ring. We had this ring a little while ago. We made a new ring for the other side to replace the mana on hit jewel. This is a temple drop only affix, and the only way to make these is to buy temple rings and fracture them yourself and then start crafting. So that is a gross ring, but it does mean that the jewel that we used to have here, the jewel that used to give us mana on hit, don't need it anymore. So that is huge. We are also working on a better ring for this side, but for now I've still got this one. However, we did another thing that's gross. We got a pair of boots that just have the implicit onslaught. So I just have onslaught now. It's just a permanent buff. We just always have onslaught, which meant I could replace my onslaught flask. Tons of options when you're replacing an onslaught flask. I could have just put on a granite and get a little bit of armor. I could have put on any of the elemental flasks. I could have put on a quicksilver to go faster. I could have done tons of things. I could use any unique. A Progenesis would be the best unique. I went with a ruby flask. I do not need this ruby flask to cap, but volatile cores in tier 17s hurt a lot, and they were killing me. And I'm going to be honest, they still kill me like half the time. Even with up to 83 res, still like half of the volatile cores kill me. So I've taken to stop running volatile cores since then. But since those were the main thing that got me, I went with a ruby flask. We could pick anything at this point. It actually doesn't matter. I will probably end up with 3 elemental flasks and a mage blood on at some point, but that is a long ways off. The next thing we did was make ourselves a second cluster. This one is only an 8-point cluster. Now, we do not need 2 8s. I actually kept my 12, so we still have a 12. We have an 8 as well. You can afford to keep your 12. You can also afford to just do 2 8s if you're just crafting them for the first time. It's not going to matter, but what you can't do is fit 2 12s. Doesn't fit, can't do it. Main reason to do this is to swap into Forbiddens. Now, I've gone with Void Beacon this time. There are a ton of options. I'm going to run through the options real quick so that everybody knows what's up and why. So, Void Beacon, highest single target DPS. If you want more damage, it's going to be Void Beacon. Profane Bloom, incredibly attractive option. Full screen pop explodes all the time. Occultist pops, you know how it is. They're fantastic. Huge. This one, quite expensive. Absolute best tank option. Since physical hit is our weakest and most of the time what you're going to die to is going to be a fizz hit, Shaper of Flame just makes it so that all damage can ignite. hits always ignite. It doesn't matter that our igniter be weak as shit. It does not matter that it would deal no damage. Enemies ignited by you have 40% of their physical damage they deal converted to fire. This will stack with the belt the merc is wearing, so it ends up being 65% converted. It's fantastic. All three of those options, quite expensive and quite niche. Best clear, best damage, best tank. But there's one that's an all-rounder right here. Plaguebringer. This is the one I suggest most people do because this is the all-rounder. This gives you 30% increased area of effect, 10% more damage, and 10% reduced damage taken. And the main reason that I suggest this one is because it doesn't matter how many people get it, the price stays relatively low because you don't need to get Plaguebringer. You can get Plaguebringer or Mistress or Bone Barrier or Unnatural Strength. Any of those, any combination, because if you get Bone Barrier, you just unspec Bone Barrier and you take Plaguebringer, and now you've got all of them, right? The only node we can't swap out is Mindless Aggression, because you have to path through it to get to the other one. So that's the one I usually suggest for most people. It is great, but I went with the highest single target damage this time because I just wanted to. Another thing about Void Beacon is that it stops all regen, which meant I could change the Merc's Anoint to Sovereignty for another 10% increased effect. Otherwise, our Merc has not changed either. We've kept all the same stuff on it that we've had before. We've just changed the Anoint, and that is it. Whew. Okay. You will notice I'm over on my mana now. There's no way for me to fix this. The Merc is handing out a level 25 Zealotry. It actually has some increased effect on it. I'm sure that that means it's, you know, the equivalent of a few levels higher. I don't really know how much higher, so I don't want to do the math on that. But there's the stuff that's coming from our Merc. Our custom modifier page down here is all filled out with the stuff the Merc is giving and the stuff my Animate Guardian is giving. There's a screenshot of the Merc right there. There is the list of stuff my Animate Guardian currently has. And that's it. We're up to 34.2 mil DPS in Path of Building with a 19.8k max fizz hit, which has made us quite tanky. I am enjoying every second of min-maxing this. The other upgrade I got, I guess, is we ended up in a +2 minion Joffreys. That just helped our Animate Guardian stay alive a little longer. And we hit, in here somewhere, a 21-23 Holy Relic after about 45 gems. So that was pretty rough. And a level 4 in power. So we are ending up at level 30, which was fantastic, fantastic goal. Don't need any more levels than that. Okay. That's our full update for now. There will be one or maybe two more updates on this in the min-maxing process before we'll be done with it. There'll be at least one more when I've got a new trick in mind that I don't know will work yet, but we'll see. And then there'll be a final one in a Mage Blood setup if I go that far. I may end up making a new build before then. We'll see. One more thing worth noting. I don't remember if this was in the last one, and it is 2 a.m. and I'm incredibly tired. So if this was in the last one, I apologize. I'm also running Summon Raging Spirits now in my Svalin Shield. This can only be done in the Svalin. If you're not in a Svalin Shield, do not do it. But it is proccing Summon Raging Spirits because of the quality from Ashes. It is giving a 79% chance to summon an extra minion, and it can proc up to 4 times a second, which means I can pump out an average, if I'm blocking in the middle of a pack, of about 7 SRSs per second. The reason I want to do that is because they only have 9,000 life. It is a fully leveled one, but they cost 0 mana and they have 9,000 life, and they will all die as a pack anytime anything dangerous happens that might kill my Animate Guardian or might have killed my Holy Relic. They'll all die first. There'll be 6, 8, 12, 10 of them, whatever. And they'll just be hanging around, and then something dangerous will happen. They all die. They all give the 5% recover on life, recover life on death, and they heal all the other things. So absolutely fantastic tech. Very, very much loving it. But only usable if you've got a Svalin. All right. That's everything. That's the end of this update. I will see everybody next time. Bye-bye.